What should I be looking at? This middle camera?
We ain't looked at the middle camera yet.
That's what I've been looking at.
I ain't. I've been looking right here.
You introducing my friend, the artist, the entrepreneur, Najale. Hey, baby.
Thank you for having me.
She's going to take a seat with us, y'all. So for starters, we're going to ask Naj, that's what I'll call her. We're going to ask Naj how we met, and I just want to hear her story on it.
So we used to go to the same school. One day, it's like this little underground thing where people would go to study or whatever. And she was down there, and she was singing something, maybe like Fantasia or something. I don't know what song. But the girl could sing so good. When I say so good, like her voice was so beautiful. I'm like, who is this girl? We never really got to talk, but I just remember seeing her around sometimes singing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to be there every day singing. And what's so crazy is I didn't even know Naj went to my school. And then we seen each other, in 2019? And at an open mic, I think that was 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Or 20. Yep, 20. Yeah.
2020.
Yeah. So yeah, when I seen her spirit was so radiant. As you all know from the TikTok series, I'm into vibes. I'm into good people, and my close friends are good people. Naj has a radiant spirit, and like I said, she's an artist, entrepreneur, and just a great person overall. So we're gonna get into some questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I gotta look at my phone, y'all. So here it is. She has albums out. One of them are Crave 101, Teardrops, right? And Teardrops, it's a single? Mm-hmm. Okay, bet. I have a question, and that's, were you thinking of a particular person when you sung Pardon Me?
A particular person, no. Not just one person, but it was like an overall experience, period. Just relationship-wise, like, I've been heartbroken plenty of times, so it was like a mixture of how I felt in different relationships into one guy, into one relationship.
I love that song, y'all. Let's hear it, y'all.
You ain't never had nobody ride it slowly, and I ain't never had nobody put it on me in love. Is it love? I've been hurt and cheated on, mental abuse straight to my dome.
And I was waiting on that. Don't you like the part of me? I told you, baby, honestly.
You ran behind and took the key.
Yeah, that's my song.
I ain't never begging these niggas to stay with us.
I love how my friend is really expressive in her music. I like the animation because it was a point where like I felt like I wasn't expressive enough, but then I meet her and I'm listening to these songs and I'm like, she really put in her like creativity into these songs. So I love it, y'all. Go check her out on which platforms?
All platforms.
All platforms.
Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, whatever you got. Tidal, T-Dow.
And the next question is, who inspired you to start doing music?
I used to listen to a lot of Jill Scott, Mary J. Blige. But back then, I was like 10 years old or so, and I used to sing in the choir. Mm-hmm. So I would aim to sing like them at 10 years old, but I knew I couldn't sing like them. So it was like kind of discouraging but motivating at the same time, because it was like I loved their music so much, and at a young age I loved the messages that they would give off in their music. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they pretty much inspired me, and I knew one day I wanted to have like more confidence on stage. I used to be like in a shell, like super shy. Yeah, had a huge amount of stage fright. So I don't know, I just seen at a young age like I knew eventually I'll be able to do it, but I knew it was so far away.
That's actually really surprising. 2020, and I'll never forget this. I seen Naj performing. Let me put my phone down, y'all. It was an embodiment of what I would like to be, because I'm in a shell when I perform. I went to church a long time, and they told me, like, growing up in church, I couldn't move. So it was an older lady over the choir, and she would tell me, you cannot move. I literally developed this thing where, like, I don't move on stage. And y'all, she probably don't remember. She had a ponytail in her hair. I'll never forget it. She was all over. She was doing all that. I'm like, what? And literally when she got off the stage, I'm like, what's your name, man? What do you do? Because like I said, she was so radiant. I knew she did something. And me, I gotta know the greats. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta know her. Back to you. When I met you, you said that you did radio personality or something.
Yeah, I did.
Crazy.
At the school we went to, at the college we went to, EIU.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
Do you intentionally write sensual music, or is it just comes over you?
I love getting deep. Like, I
Me
love
too.
deep stuff.
Period.
My feelings are deep. So sometimes
Yes.
it's really hard for me to express my feelings
Regular
just in a
interaction.
conversation. But in my music, I'm able to like sit down, get into like how I really feel and write down those feelings.
Right.
So I want to get deep. Like, I want you to feel me. I want you to know my mindset, where I was in this type of story of the song.
What's crazy is I don't write, and hearing
She
your
don't
music,
write.
I don't write.
She don't write.
Freestyle all my music, and so when I'm hearing her stuff, I'm like, wow. Like, if you write, it makes a difference, and it truly does. It starts off like she has a start to finish in her music, which is something else I admire. It's really good. Me, I turn down the lights to get a sensual feeling. I used to do this, y'all. It's been a minute since I made music. I would turn down the lights and like have the engineer make the lights red and like really just get into this vibe where I'm in a sensual like in that vibe. So that's pretty dope. My question for you is, have you ever had a breakup that just changed you, or
Yeah, pretty much just putting that person before myself, like feeling wise, putting their feelings and like just everything about them before myself. So not like I didn't care about myself, or I just like let myself go. I never really let myself go in a relationship, but I would overly care about what they thought, their feelings, and I would put it before mine. Like, no, his feelings matter more than mine, which is not healthy.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Put the whole man before me. But no, that's sad. But no, hearing you say I didn't put nobody before me, that's what's up. Another thing, let's see, relationships, because I'm not gonna look at my phone right now. Hey, are you in a relationship? The people want to know.
Currently, no.
Oh yeah, she's single. Okay. So another question I have for you: is there anyone in your life, right, like right now, that you feel is a huge inspiration to you? Like, you have to get to success because this person is part of your inspiration.
Well, honestly, my father.
Yeah.
My father does everything. Like, when I tell you, he's like my backbone for real. Like,
I love that.
He got me from top to bottom, and he's just somebody I want to repay. Like, I want to repay him for everything he's done for me. So it's like just his grind and his hustle. Like, if you know me, then you know I'm a hustler. I'm a female hustler.
Yeah.
Like, that's just me, and I get it
Pretty
from my
hustle.
father. Yeah, I get it from my father and my grandfather. So him, my grandfather, who's now deceased, but I want to do it for him. He's an inspiration, and then my grandmother and my mother as well. Hold on, because I got some questions.
You got the
for
questions?
you, boo.
Oh, okay. Let me drink my drink.
But it's not too much. It's something I feel like people will want to know about you. I want to know.
Here we go, y'all.
So, you see on Talia's social media, she's like a God-fearing woman, and she's super like motivational. It's like she's giving advice and telling a story, but she's also like motivating you. After that, I want to know, who taught you who God was?
That's a good question. My mother taught me who God is, and she taught me that. But you know how it is. I shouldn't say that, but growing up like in a Black household, they teach you who God is. Like, honestly, don't have the relationship for yourself. Honestly, it's a passed down relationship. So here's my relationship with God, and here's now your relationship with God. My mom, she did that. It was like penalizing sometimes. And honestly, like, if you do that, God is not gonna, stuff like that. Not in the worst way, but I was scared to do a lot of things. But who actually taught me who God is myself. I literally had to sit alone and really like get to know God. I had to start opening up my Bible. I just knew of God.
Yeah.
That's as far as it went. I didn't tell you what God said in a verse. I just knew, this is what they said God would do and who God is. Like, I had to get in my word. And that's when I started learning characteristics of God, like how God speaks to us and the things that we're supposed to be doing. So that's where it started. And then I learned through my life experiences, when your mama can't show up and you, because that's all I depended on my entire life, for her to show up. And when it was times I'm at school and she can't show up, I'm on the side of the road, she can't show up, and it's like I get to praying, and that's what showed me who God is. God shows up. God has sent strangers to show up, and it's like I tell my mom, and I'm like, Mommy, something happened. She like, you can't, I won't always be here. You can't always call on me. And that's when I start realizing they're not God. They're just who God put in place here to be here for me. You know, they here on earth, but God is God, you know? And when they gone, God's still gonna be God.
Leads me into my next question.
Okay.
What was childhood like for you?
In what aspect?
Or how was your childhood?
Y'all, I was a very corny kid. I've been corny a long time. Honestly, I never tried to be cool. I just didn't think I was too cool. I've always been myself. So, childhood's like Disney Channel. I thought I was a love. I used to wear the gloves and the glasses.
Girl, oh my God.
No, it was bad. I don't remember trying to be anything else but myself. So I would say, you know, childhood was cool. Real structured. And I think some of those things travel with me today. Like I stay in lines, you know? Yeah.
So that helped develop you into the woman you are.
Yeah. And it also helped me in certain aspects of knowing what I don't want to do. I don't got to stay in all of those lines all the time, you know? So
that was some good advice.
Yeah. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl.
That was good.
Thank you.
Well, I would love to hear that. Well, what is your favorite kind of music that you make? Like, what vibe is your favorite?
Oh, this is a great question, Ash. Look at you. Look at you. I'm gonna be very honest on my show. Like I said, I would be. I like sensual music. I like music that get into it. That was when I first started writing music. That was my thing. I think I had 2 sweet songs, 2 little nice kid-friendly songs. Right. I'm not gonna down that music because at a time that was my favorite type of music to make. Like I get in the studio, I tell them to dim them lights. Literally, I'm in there just feeling the vibe. Sensual don't always mean bad. It don't always mean just sex. You know, right. It's feeling deep, in there. Right. It's deep. So that was my favorite type of music for a long time up until like a few months ago. Now my favorite type of music, I'm honestly speaking, because I said I would be real on here. I'm a growing Christian, okay? I'm not perfect. I like Sexy Red right now with a side of gospel. I'm literally swapping in between the two. But the word says we cannot be lukewarm, and I know that. But I told you I would be honest. I'm out of town. Then I'm for every praise. It's crazy, but we gonna get there, y'all. Like
right, and that's you.
That's me.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. What is your ideal of a man?
Yikes. Him. Like. I feel like everything less with me. My hymns over the time have changed. I used to have a different depiction of who he was, right? But today at 27, I was just thinking about this on the way here. Like, what do you want? Like, you know, him, he's handsome. Okay, that's first. I can't look at none too long. That ain't. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Secondly, he's educated. He's smart. I like to have educated conversations. Any conversation where I'm feeling monotone, like I'm not using my mind, I kind of can't be there. Like, you know, it's not for me. Third, but this should have came first. He's God-fearing. He not only knows who God is, but he has a relationship with God. In a time where you can't just be with somebody who just know God. I'm sorry, he can't just know him. Because if something go wrong with me, I'm going to need you to go knock on his door and get through to God, you know? Yeah. Like I would do for you. Family oriented, that matters to me now. Because that matters. I like family. Like, I'm waiting to get away from my sisters and my mama for a little bit and have my own family. Like, that's going to be grand. No one who doesn't, you can voice your opinion, but don't try to control me. Mm-hmm. I'm like really earthy, free. My days consist of me being free. That's the way I keep sane. So I wouldn't want a person who thinks that I'm supposed to like just be on a certain regimen, like every day the same, because I switch it up. I want them to like know I'm trustworthy. Yeah, like spice. And I get wild, like it get wild sometimes, you know. Those the things I could think of right. It's some other things, but we're not gonna put that.
Okay, I have 2 more questions.
Yes.
The next one is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, y'all, I hate this question. You're right. My best friend in the world, she's standing behind this camera. She said we going up. So I see myself up in the next 5 years, successful, with God leading me the whole way. 2 people right here. I said my best friend was behind the camera, and my very close friend is right here. I see myself around successful women. Like, I see it every day. I'm around women I know are going the same route I'm going, different directions, but the same route. Friends that become family. I see myself wealthy. I don't like to say rich. Wealthy and able to manage and help the next person. Successful. Honestly, T-Talk, singing, friends, family, married. Yeah, married. I want a kid, a child.
A kid?
Just one for right now. The people with one kid, they manage. It's cool. You know, it works for them. So it might work for me. Right. Yeah. In a house. But the truth is, I don't like houses. So maybe in like a nice big place. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I see myself just like, I'm already a boss, but I see myself being like a big boss, like really having everything that I pray for. Like, you ever have them times where you talking to God and like you like begging for something?
Yes.
Like, God, I want this. I want to be financially free. I want to be just successful and at the top of my mountain.
Yes.
And whatever that means to you, God. But I see myself just super successful businesses with my husband and my kids. I seen something on the internet one day. It was like this guy, he was saying he has a stream of income for all his bills. Or someone told me that. This guy, he said he had a stream of income for every one of his bills that he had. Okay. And I think that's like so motivating. Like,
it is.
You got a different stream come for every bill. Like the water bill, you got a business. The rent, you got a business. Right. Or the mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's super motivating. Like, I see myself living life like that. And just like super bubbly still and like positive, peaceful, really at peace, enjoying life, not crying a lot. And if I am, like Deja said, I'm crying, thanking God. Like,
I love that. Oh, and I see that it's all over your aura. I see that God, that's gonna work for you. His plan gonna work for you, and his plan gonna be better than your plan. You're gonna be sitting there having 2 streams of income for one. You get what I'm saying? I see that for you, for real. And I'm just happy to be the friend of somebody that's doing that.
I do have one more question for you.
Let's go.
I would love to hear this answer, and I know all the women and even the men would love to hear this answer. What advice would you give your younger self and the younger generation now?
Young people. No, just no. Okay. Seriously, I have a lot of younger. Well, for starters, don't I always got a little script, y'all? For starters, I'm the youngest out of 2 sisters. I never had people look up to me. I never had too much of, and it never dawned on me. Like, it never mattered either. I never had anyone look up to me. I'm looking up to everyone in my family until I got nieces. Advice that I would give to my younger self would be continue doing exactly what you were doing. Focus on school a little bit more, because I did not care, for real. I didn't care. Focus on school because that matters. I see people that have a future based off some of the things they made better decisions and they did their homework. They were there on time, being intentional about who they wanted to be. So that could have made a difference. Continue being you. Don't move too quick. Like, I thank God I didn't move too quick. I would have been messed up. God knew my heart, because I feel everything. If I would have moved too quick in my life, I would have felt the wrong things at the wrong time. So that would be the advice. As I got a little bit older, the advice would be, again, be more intentional. In my teenage years, in my 20s, be more intentional, and don't always put your heart on the line. I put my heart on the line a lot, not for just guys. Like, I feel everything, and I just always cared. And so that's not always what you need to do in certain situations. You need to have your back, because a lot of days I cried because other people were down, or I didn't have it for myself later. So that, and another thing, like I said, don't let nobody rush you. Be yourself. Go for everything in life that you want to go for. A saying my mom taught me when I was young: no matter how many times you have to reinvent yourself, do it. And then when I was younger, all I wanted to do was sing. School didn't matter to me that much. Nothing mattered. I'm singing every day. Until I realized life had just kind of flew, and I'm still singing, and I wasn't intentional. Like I said, I'm singing but not intentional. So life is going, and God gave me a gift to sing, but it wasn't intentional. And it can be today, you get what I'm saying? But she told me there's nothing wrong with reinventing yourself. No matter what you do it. And every time I fell short, I reinvented myself. I won poetry contests because I write, I sing. This is new to me. T-Talks is new to me. For a long time, I'm gonna be real. Like I said, I thought I had speech problems because I hated talking. When school would ask me to come speak, I would say no. Like
the devil trying to hold your tongue back.
He was holding. It's so bad.
What she doing now?
Yes, and it's so weird because literally just 2 years ago, I was in a relationship, and a guy told me, he said, "You don't even know how to talk. You don't even know. Or you think you're smart? You don't even know how to speak." So mentally, I was gonna go enroll myself in speech classes because I'm like, I don't know how to form all the stuff, and it comes out too quick. But I learned that I was under the wrong type of pressure. It was causing me anxiety, and I couldn't speak around those type of spirits. Y'all know I speak about energy and God. That spirit was, like she said, that's holding my tongue. I couldn't speak around it. Once all of those things were released and I was at peace, I speak fine. When I'm around the right people, I speak fine. So go for everything you want in life. Nothing is off limits. Don't let nobody sit around and tell you, oh, because your age, you're off limits. I have all viewers, the 50s, y'all inbox me, and teens, y'all inbox me. Go for everything you want in life until you ain't got no more air to breathe. Keep going. That's it. I would tell anybody that. Yeah. Thanks, babe. What would you tell a younger generation and your younger self? I want to know.
You got to motivate yourself. You got to motivate yourself. I used to look to other people to motivate me, like my grandparents, my parents, and my friends. Like, do they see it in me? Like, if they see it in me, then I got it. Like, I know I got it. But if it's something that I want to do, like you said, then I need to go after it. I need to motivate myself to do that. I can't just depend on them, because what if it's something that I want to do and they're not supportive of it?
That's
but it's
true.
Positive, and it can help me prosper and really elevate in my life. That's so I feel like motivating yourself, speaking to yourself highly, like, and speaking things as if they are already so. So, like, instead of saying, like, if I pass or if I do this, say, like, when I pass.
Period.
When I'm here, then it's like the manifestation, like you're attracting everything.